Truly unbelievable, my lovely people. So the Buhari or Osinbajo's reign declared the most wicked in Nigeria history. El-Rufai Wike, David Umahi, Hope rated worse at state level. This is what is happening. These are people who are supposed to be giving leadership direction. However, the position they took and how they went about things have destroyed things more than it has built it up. Some people have even come hard on Osinbajo saying, Osinbajo, where are you? What did you do? You had opportunity to effect change. What did you really do? Because it's more excuse than it is really, ensuring that you are effecting change. Most people looked up to you, and the reason why some people voted Buhari was because of you. But you got there and it seemed like you were somebody that was handicapped, you know. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Buhari, Osinbajo's reign declared the most wicked in Nigerians' history. El-Rufai, Wike, David Umahi, Hope rated worse at state level. The International Society for Civil Liabilities and Rules of Law, Inter-Society, has described the outgone administration of ex-President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo as the most outrageous administration to have existed in Nigeria, especially as it concerned civil rule. It said that at the national or state level, the outgone government of Kaduna State under El-Rufai and that of Rivers State under Nyesom Wike have been identified as the most outrageous sub-national entering government in Nigeria, followed by the outgone sub-national government of Ebonyi under Engineer David Umahi, who recently transmuted himself into a senator through a brutal fraud election. Interstate also described the Imo State Governor Hope under Hope as the most outrageous seven most sub-national government in Nigeria, filling out the roll call in the statement signed by Emeka, board chairman, Inter-Society, Chedema, head of publicity, and others, says these people did not serve Nigerians well. They destroyed the hope of the people and they made things worse than they met it. This is shameful and very painful that Nigerians are expecting more from them, but they never served the people well. And mostly what they did was for themselves. Rather than making life better for the people, they were serving themselves and acquiring and getting things more for themselves. It is terrible, but this is the leaders that we have come to see in today's day and time. And that is why Nigerians must become very careful and do not allow such people again and again to lead in any way, in any capacity. It is terrible that they allow such things to go on, and guess what? It is shameful because when you are expecting that you gave them opportunity, to lead and you're expecting more, well, guess what? The very more is turned. You're expecting that they should do something, and what they did is quite different. It's quite different. They never stood for the people. Look at Muhammadu Buhari, for instance. Okay, that's bad enough. Then look at your president. Look at the vice president, Yemi Osinbajo. A lot of people voted for Buhari because of Osinbajo. What did Osinbajo do? I never heard him speak, in defending the people ever. No, I never heard him. It doesn't matter whatever his excuse may be. Nigerians felt it. If he had spoken, if he had been outspoken to say, you know what, this is enough, we cannot condone this. If he had been outspoken, it would have gone a long way. People would have felt that, yes, he did something, even when his hands were tied. But rather, they enjoyed the ambience and all that came with the office. And really, truly, sincerely speaking, how many people worked for the people? How many of them stood for the people? How many of them made sure that Nigerians, enjoyed the benefit of a good government? How many of them? How many of them made sure that Nigerians stood? How many of them? So these are the people that you see. These are the people that you see. Wiki at the tail end. Yes, he did good for the people. Lots of flyovers. Thank God. That was good. However, was it not under duress? Let me do something so they will not say I never did anything. You had 8 years. How come is the tail end? All of a sudden, there was a light bulb moment and you woke up to reality that it is time to begin to act and begin to work. If you had taken your time, probably you would have done more. We're not criticizing him too much because at least he did something. Others did nothing, wasted the money of the state. And even as we speak, people like Fayemi and the rest of them, Zamfara State Governor and the rest of them are being questioned by EFCC on money that was diverted, state money. These are supposed to be leaders that Nigerians trusted after they came about and said, oh, we want to lead, give us an opportunity. And trust was established. And some of them forced their way. Some of them took it by force. Some of them were given the mandate. Today, here we are. See for yourself and give us a verdict and see. Sadly, these are some of the things that are happening and why nobody, should keep it down and, just take it hook, like, and sinker and say we've gotten leaders. What sort of leaders have we gotten? How many of them are really standing for the people? How many of them mean well for the people? How many of them are working to ensure that Nigeria becomes a better place? The democracy we are talking about, the so-called democracy, is supposed to be for the people, not against the people, for the people. But how many of them are really standing up to it and saying enough is enough? How many of them are really standing up for the people? It is a matter of serious consideration that we must pay attention to and do not allow our sense of judgment to be beclouded by selfish individuals who, for once are never thinking of the people, but how they can amass wealth. Go and see what El-Rufai did in his state, how he destabilized and destroyed, buildings that were there, even while he was a very young boy, just to frustrate some set in the state. And yet we'll celebrate him and applaud for him and say he has done well. Excuse me, we need to be careful. What are we doing and how are we going about it? It is important that we understand these things and move Nigeria forward. The days have become so clear, very clear for every one of us to understand it, that we cannot continue with this. No, 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 no. Things must change. Things really, really, really have to change. Yes, bye for now.